Welcome to Grading Shift, and I'm Ryan.
And I'm Jason.
And this is minute 53 of the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift.
From memory?
From memory. And we're getting some more. I mean, this is kind of a boring minute because it's just a conversation between Han and
Oh, right. They're
Sean.
Standing over the soccer game.
Han and Sean, yeah. And they're talking.
Talks.
Yeah. They're really getting to know each other now.
I think it starts with Han making a line like, "That's a small price to pay."
Right. He said finding out what a man's worth.
Yeah, and he's referring to the cost of Sean wrecking his car. It's a small price to pay for having somebody he can trust and count on.
Right. Exactly.
When you're rich, it's a small price to pay.
Yeah.
But he also said Sean owes him a car. So that makes the price even smaller if somebody's going to pay you back, right?
Yeah.
You think
Sean will pay him back?
Yeah.
He's going to pay him back in service.
It's literally like
not
F1,
in money,
where Brian owes Dom a car. And at the end of the movie, he's like, "Here's your car."
Yeah, Dom carries that on for the next 8 movies. Like, he keeps saying, "You do owe me a car."
But it didn't count. He handed it over the keys to a Supra.
I don't know.
What'd Dom do with that Supra?
I don't know. Nobody
Does that
knows.
movie come back?
Sold it to Amateur Dad, I guess.
Hmm.
And it became a Afro-Pick Supra. Right?
Oh, yeah, it was that. That's right.
That's the actual
You guys remember
Supra.
Amateur Dad, one of our patrons? He was able to work on the Fast and Furious car in his shop back in the day.
Yeah,
He worked at a speed shop in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of it. Speed Tuner or Tuners with a Z. Had to be. Anyhow,
all right. So they're conversating, Han and Sean. They're talking about what life is about.
Yeah, what matters.
Yeah, I feel like I should go back and see what they're talking about because I really can't remember
All right,
much.
fine. We need the lines. There's some important quotes, and we're just not remembering them.
Okay.
Oh, so they're watching the soccer game, but then they must look over the other rail because they're on the rooftop of a building, and it's like Times Square in Japan.
Right.
And
this is definitely digitally altered.
There is, in the square, it looks like an ant farm. There is thousands of people. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and you can tell it's just the same thing copy and pasted. Like, it's all the same colors. Nobody's wearing like yellow or red, or it's all like brown and white and black.
And the people aren't, and like outside of this square, there's really not that many people. There's some people walking off, but it's like dense only in the square, right?
Right. Yeah.
And like these people aren't really going anywhere, and there's no reason to be right there. Other than
but there's crosswalks at the normal spot that you would have a crosswalk, and then there's one diagonally through the square, which is interesting.
But this amount of people doesn't match the amount of people outside of this group.
Right. I agree. He said, take these people, for instance, they're letting fear lead them.
Yeah, it sounds deep. All right.
Right. Like the people, like he knows anybody that's down there. What does it mean? Like me working on a 9 to 5, well, at 7:30 to 5.
You won't have money.
I'm letting fear lead me.
Yeah, you're afraid of not having money.
I should just rob a bank in Brazil and then I'll be fine.
No, just quit your job.
I'll steal fuel from a trucker who depends on that as his livelihood
Or just quit your
and
job.
give it away to people in Rio de Janeiro or wherever they were.
Okay.
Quitting my job? What a...
All right, we got some chats here in the live stream we got to catch up on. So we did accuse Movies Are Dope of drinking. It's better than a minute from FRWL. What's that? Has a horrible sound in it. Movies Are Dope says he drinks once a month. So that's like 1/30 of the amount of times we drink.
I drink every night. I honestly do take alcohol every night.
He's lying. Well, it is actually, there's a lot of studies showing that drinking between 2 to 4 drinks a night, those people live longer.
I believe it.
Do you? That's good. It's good for us. Brad says he's lying. He drank water today. I saw him drink it from a fancy wine glass. Movie said he had a bottle of wine yesterday. If you guys are confused, we're reading our live stream chat. These guys are bantering.
So the last time I talked to Brian was this morning, and he had had an orange and 4 cans of sugar-free Red Bull.
What? 4?
That's what he said this morning. But if you look at
that's so much taurine.
But the little like, what are the small ones, like 8-ounce cans?
Yeah.
They have like 80 milligrams of caffeine.
So many B vitamins, man. What are you doing with all those B vitamins?
It's not like as much as you think it is.
Yeah, they're all about their like
one Bang. Like I have coffee and then I have a Bang Energy, and that's the same amount.
400 milligrams.
Yeah. So.
4
cans of Red Bull sounds like a ton of caffeine, but it's not that much actually.
It's just a lot of taurine and what else they put in those?
Sucralose. Excuse me.
Sucralose, probably green leaf extract.
Sodium benzoate.
Ooh, that's just to preserve the flavor.
Yeah,
the
caramel coloring.
Yeah.
Red 9. Ascorbic acid. See that stuff does murder to me.
That's good for you. Okay. Anyhow, so
COQ10.
Back to the movie. They're letting fear lead them.
Yeah. And so Sean's like, I don't really know what you're saying, but what happens if they don't let fear lead them?
Like, it sounds deep, but we're confused.
Yeah, Sean's like, I'm a simple guy. Okay?
And then Han's like, I'm not really sure what I'm saying either, so I'm going to change the subject. Han says, life's simple.
You make choices and you don't look back. That's the like...
Which just sounds so deep, but you're also like, well, yeah. Okay, that's so like no regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets.
Yeah. And Sean's like, yeah, that's so true.
Like,
that's so true.
He's like, man, that's true. I made a lot of bad choices. I should just not even think about all those bad choices and continue to keep making bad choices.
Right. It's
great advice, Han.
It's easy to make a choice and not think about who you've hurt in that choice.
Right. Just move on.
So Sean kind of changes the subject, and he says, so if you don't drift to win, why do you do it? And he said, you really want to know? And he said, yeah, let's find out. He said, okay, let's go. And so it's the end of the minute, and we see R34 pull up to a stoplight.
And like engine revs.
Yeah.
And now you're like, oh yeah. And you also see like the little electric pickup truck. Maybe the small gasoline engine.
What do you call those?
They're like tiny. They're small.
Yeah.
They're cool. My friend Keaton has one.
Does he?
In Lancaster, yeah.
I love how they have a pickup bed. So cool.
Yeah.
So we bought one of these at work. It's actually a club car though. So it's fully electric.
So technically a golf cart?
Right. But it's got the pickup bed that like folds down so it can become a flatbed. Oh
yeah, that's cool.
It hauls up to like 2,000 pounds or something like that, so not a whole lot, but
2,000 pounds for one of those tiny things is a lot
for a full electric motor too.
Yeah. A lot of torque.
Cushman, that's what I'm thinking of. Cushman. Okay. But with the price of gas, it's good to have electric. Yeah. But it's got like all the lights.
Have you seen the price of electric?
Like it's like street legal. Turn signals, AC.
Is it registered?
Well, it's got a fan. No.
My friend Keaton's, his is registered.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But his is gas.
His does have a little gas engine.
Yeah, this is electric, and it only goes 30 miles per hour. But they're still expensive. Mad expensive.
Yeah, because they're like rare and from Japan.
And $25,000.
Skylines. I think they're cool.
We spent more on this golf cart than I spent on all of the cars I've owned put together.
Yeah. That's a lot.
And I'm 32 years old.
Wow.
You're
very frugal with your vehicles.
I've had 18 years of car buying. No, that's not right.
Are you subtracting how much you sold them for?
How many years have I been buying cars? I bought one when I was 16. 16 and 16 is 32.
So 16 years?
16 years of car buying. And I've spent less than a golf cart costs.
Wow. A nice golf cart. Okay. So this minute ends, though, with a shot out of the front windshield of the R33. Two females driving. They're watching a female music video on their DVD player. Yeah. And it must be Christmas because all the trees on the street are decorated. And they have about 100 yards until the street ends. Like they're looking ahead and there's probably a T intersection where they have to turn left or right in 100 yards. So it doesn't look like a good drag race spot.
But they're at a stoplight.
Right.
Right. They're waiting at a stoplight.
And the minute ends.
That's where the minute ends. So I don't know what we're going to see next.
But you'll find out next minute. On minute 54.
The Fast and Furious podcast, Granny Shifting. Thanks for listening. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Jason.
And always remember,
Winning's winning.